the heart of southern Africa, in a land baked by a relentless sun, lies an impossible miracle, a river that never meets the sea. This is the Okavango Delta, a vast inland wetland born from waters that travel over 1,000 kilometers from the highlands of Angola, only to surrender themselves to the thirst of the Kalahari sand. It is an oasis of staggering beauty, a place where life, in its most vibrant and desperate forms, explodes amid utter desolation. But this paradise is built on a paradox. For every gentle ripple on its surface, there is a brutal struggle beneath. For every moment of peace, there is an undercurrent of violence. This is a land of exquisite contradictions, a living jewel where the price of life is life itself. To survive here is to understand the savage poetry written in tooth and claw, to accept that beauty and brutality are two sides of the same eternal coin. What does it truly take to endure in a world where death is always watching from just below the surface? To truly comprehend the Okavango, one must understand its pulse. The annual flood is the lifeblood of this ecosystem. Each year, as predictable as the stars, the waters begin to rise, breathing life back into the parched floodplains. This seasonal inundation is not a destructive force, but a creative one, transforming nearly 15,000 square kilometers of arid savanna into a labyrinth of channels, lagoons, and islands. The flood brings with it nutrients and life, sparking a chain reaction of growth and renewal. The water, poor in nutrients from its long journey, becomes enriched as it washes over the savanna, creating a fertile soup that fuels an explosion of life, from the smallest microorganisms to the largest mammals. This pulsing heart creates a dynamic mosaic of habitats, a world in constant flux. The annual flood is a signal, a grand invitation to creatures from hundreds of kilometers around. They come for the water, for the lush grazing, for the abundance that this oasis promises. But the oasis demands a heavy toll. It is a stage for the grand drama of survival, a place where the lines between predator and prey are drawn with brutal clarity. Every creature here, from the mightiest elephant to the most delicate insect, is a part of an intricate food web, a complex dance of consumption and transference of energy. Here, in this shimmering Eden, nature's most ruthless rhythm plays on an endless loop. There are spirits in this water, ancient and cold. None are more formidable than the silent king of the Okavango's waterways, the Nile crocodile. This is not merely an animal, it is a living relic, a creature honed by over 80 million years of evolution, a survivor that watched the dinosaurs come and go. Its design is a masterpiece of predatory engineering. The armored scutes on its back can deflect blows and bites, a coat of organic chainmail. Its jaws, capable of exerting the most powerful bite in the animal kingdom, are not designed for chewing, but for clamping down with inescapable finality. Beneath the calm, shimmering surface, it waits. It is the embodiment of patience, a creature that can lie motionless for hours, even days, conserving every ounce of energy for one explosive moment. Its metabolism is so slow it can go for months without a meal, making every hunt a calculated investment. With only its eyes and nostrils glinting above the surface, it becomes a part of the landscape, a floating log, a shadow, nothing. This ghostly silence, this absolute stillness, is its greatest weapon. It watches, it waits, and it listens, not just with its ears, but with its entire body, sensing the subtle vibrations of approaching footsteps on the riverbank. In these placid waters, the past is never dead. It is waiting, hungry, for the present to make one fatal misstep. The vibration comes. A low, rhythmic tremor that grows from the distant plains, a sound that is felt as much as it is heard. A great herd of Cape buffalo is on the move. Numbering in the thousands, they are a force of nature in their own right, a rolling sea of muscle, horn, and hide. Weighing up to 700 kilograms, these are not placid grazers. They are one of Africa's most formidable and unpredictable animals, earning them the moniker Black Death. Driven by an agonizing thirst under the unforgiving African sun, their march toward the river is an act of desperation. They are compelled by a biological imperative that overrides their innate caution. They know the dangers that lurk in these waters. Every member of the herd has seen or sensed the threat before. Yet, the need for water is absolute. The herd's strength lies in its numbers. When threatened, they engage in mobbing behavior, sticking together to fend off predators, even lions. They will form a wall of horns, a fortress of flesh to protect the vulnerable calves in the center. A distress call from a single member can galvanize the entire herd into a furious, coordinated defense. But as they approach the water's edge, the herd's cohesion begins to fray. The press of thirsty bodies, the jostling for position, the anxiety of the open channel, it creates chaos. And chaos creates opportunity. The giants have arrived, their powerful frames casting long shadows over the water, completely unaware that death itself is holding its breath, waiting just inches below the life-giving ripples. The lead buffalo lowers its head. The first touch of cool water offers a moment of relief. Others push forward, eager to quench their own thirst. For a fleeting moment, there is peace, and then the world erupts. In a surge of spray and reptilian fury, the stillness is shattered. The crocodile launches from the depths, a biological missile of pure predatory instinct. The attack is not random. The predator has chosen its target with lethal precision, a young, inexperienced buffalo, slightly isolated from the main group. The massive jaws with their interlocking teeth clamp onto the buffalo's muzzle, a grip designed to control and to drown. What follows is not a simple hunt. It is a primal clash of wills, a violent tug-of-war between two of Africa's titans. The buffalo, immensely powerful, thrashes wildly, its hooves finding no purchase in the thick mud. The rest of the herd panics, a chaotic explosion of bodies churning the water into a frenzy. They are torn between the instinct to flee and the powerful urge to defend one of their own. Some may attempt a rescue, charging into the water, but the crocodile is in its element. Now the ancient predator employs its most terrifying technique, the death roll. By spinning its own body with incredible torque, it uses the water's resistance to amplify the force, twisting its prey off balance and into deeper water. It is a battle of raw physics and brutal efficiency. The struggle may be long and agonizing or shockingly brief, but it ends as it began, in silence. The water stills once more, its surface now a placid mirror, concealing the grim reality of life and death that has just played out beneath. The oasis has claimed its price. One life has been extinguished so that another may continue. The seasons turn. The floodwaters begin to recede and the land exhales. The same crocodile, the embodiment of cold, reptilian savagery, is now guided by a different, yet equally powerful, instinct. As the rains return, the fearsome predator reveals a softer side, a fierce maternal devotion that stands in stark contrast to the violence of its hunts. Female crocodiles journey from the water to carefully selected sandy banks. Here, they engage in the arduous task of building a nest, a fortress of mud, sand, and reeds designed to protect the fragile promise of the next generation. A mother will invest enormous energy in constructing this mound, which can contain between 30 and 60 eggs. But her duty has only just begun. For the next 80 to 100 days, a period of agonizing suspense, she becomes a vigilant guardian. She will remain close to the nest, fasting for months, defending her unborn young against a host of predators, cunning monitor lizards, opportunistic snakes, and even other crocodiles. Her care is astonishingly sophisticated. The temperature inside the nest determines the sex of the hatchlings, and the mother instinctively regulates it, adding or removing vegetation to ensure a balanced clutch. When the time comes, she will not wait for her young to struggle out on their own. She hears their faint chirps from within the eggs, a signal that prompts her to gently excavate the nest. With the same jaws that can crush bone, she will tenderly pick up the eggs, rolling them gently in her mouth to help the hatchlings emerge. In an incredible display of reptilian care, she will then gather the tiny, vulnerable crocodiles in her mouth and transport them to the safety of the water, a nursery hidden amongst the reeds. For weeks, even months, she will continue to watch over them, a fearsome guardian of new life. It is a poignant reminder that in the Okavango, the most savage killer can also be the most devoted mother. Amid the grand drama of giants, the Okavango nurtures stories of a different scale. Life here is not only about brute force. As the sun climbs high, the glimmering water is split by a flash of impossible color, a living jewel taking flight, the Kingfisher. With plumage of emerald, sapphire, and brilliant orange, it is a tiny, vibrant monarch reigning over its liquid kingdom. The Kingfisher is the master of precision, a hunter whose strategy is built not on power, but on flawless execution. Its body is a marvel of aerodynamic design. It perches motionlessly on a reed overlooking the water, its large head bobbing as it calculates its attack. Its eyesight is extraordinary, possessing the ability to compensate for the refraction of light at the water's surface, allowing it to pinpoint the exact location of its prey. Many species can hover, beating their wings up to 8 times a second while keeping their head almost perfectly still, a living gyroscopic targeting system. When the moment is right, it dives. The strike is a ballet of speed and accuracy, a vertical plunge at up to 25 miles per hour. It enters the water with its dagger-like beak first, its wings folded tight against its body to minimize resistance. Special transparent eyelids close to protect its eyes underwater, meaning the final moments of the attack are performed almost blind, relying on the perfection of its initial calculation. It snatches its fishy prey in its beak, not by spearing it, and emerges from the water in a shower of droplets, the entire event lasting barely a second. Back on its perch, it will stun the fish by hitting it against the branch before swallowing it whole. Each dive is a flawless strike, a fleeting poem of life and death written across the mirror of the swamp. The Kingfisher's life is a constant oscillation between tender care and imminent peril. Within the darkness of an earthen bank, a nest has been excavated, a tunnel leading to a small chamber where new life is stirring. Kingfisher pairs, often monogamous, work tirelessly together, a constant shuttle service of shimmering color delivering small fish to their hungry, waiting chicks. The parents' devotion is absolute, their lives dedicated to nurturing the next generation. They will defend their territory aggressively, attacking other birds and even small mammals that venture too close. But peril never sleeps. The very nest that provides sanctuary is also a target. Snakes, masters of stealth, can slither into the tunnel, drawn by the scent of the vulnerable chicks. Above, the shadow of a hawk or an eagle signals a constant aerial threat. On the ground, predators like rats and stoats are always searching for an opportunity. The life of a kingfisher is lived on a razor's edge. Floods can drown their nests, while droughts can eliminate their food source. Yet the small bird endures. Its bright colors are a declaration of defiance, its sharp call a note of resilience in the grand symphony of the Okavango. They are a testament to the fact that survival here is not just for the large and powerful. It also belongs to the swift, the precise, and the courageous. The kingfisher's vibrant song adds a splash of brilliant color to the great and often brutal tapestry of the delta. Beyond the still waters on the termite mounds and in the shade of the acacia trees, life takes on another, more complex form. Here, we enter the world of the baboons, a society of fierce intelligence, intricate politics, and rigid social structure. Their hierarchies are so complex, so fraught with drama and ambition, that they mirror the empires of human history. A baboon troop is a multi-generational saga. It is ruled by a dominant alpha male, a leader who has earned his position not just through brute strength, but through cunning, aggression, and the formation of strategic alliances. He enjoys the primary rights to mating and the best feeding spots, but his throne is perpetually insecure. Below him are subordinate males, constantly testing the boundaries, looking for any sign of weakness. The female hierarchy is more stable. Rank is inherited, passed down from mother to daughter, creating powerful dynasties that can influence the troop for generations. Life in the troop is a constant negotiation of power. Every gesture, every grooming session, every shared piece of food is a political act. Alliances are formed and broken. Favors are traded. Subordinates must show deference to dominance to avoid conflict. It is a world of constant social stress, where one's position dictates access to food, mates, and ultimately, the probability of passing on one's genes. In this kingdom, power, once earned, is never truly secure. Every single day is a test of dominance, a game of strategy, and a battle for survival. Have you ever noticed similar, though more subtle, power dynamics in your own workplace or social circles? The tension has been building for weeks. A young challenger in his prime, strong and ambitious, has been subtly testing the old alpha. The challenges begin small: a stolen piece of food, a defiant stare, a refusal to give way. The alpha, perhaps a bit slower, his magnificent canine, longer than a lion's, a little worn, must respond to every challenge, lest he be perceived as weak. Today, the challenge is direct. The savannah holds its breath. The troop forms a wide, anxious circle. The air crackles with aggression. The duel begins not with blows, but with psychological warfare. The challenger flashes his eyelids, a sign of threat. The alpha responds with a loud wahoo bark and a display of his fearsome canines, a reminder of the power that put him on the throne. But posturing is not enough. The challenger lunges. The fight is a blur of muscle, fur, and fury. Dust flies as they grapple, their powerful jaws seeking a hold. These are not fights to the death, but they are brutal, often ending in deep, bleeding wounds. The challenger is faster, more relentless. The old alpha, weary from countless battles, begins to falter. In a final, decisive clash, the challenger forces the alpha to submit. The transfer of power is immediate and absolute. The troop, which had been loyal to the old king just moments before, now shifts its allegiance to the new victor. The deposed alpha, wounded and humiliated, must now live on the periphery of the troop, a ghost of his former self. His reign is over. It is a brutal, visceral reminder that in the wild, loyalty is commanded by strength, and life at the top is a violent and often fleeting affair. As twilight descends upon the Okavango, casting the plains in a soft, golden light, a new set of predators awakens. They are not the biggest, nor the strongest, but they are perhaps the most efficient killers in all of Africa. Moving like ghosts through the tall grass, they are the African wild dogs, also known as the painted wolves. Their appearance is striking, a chaotic pattern of black, yellow, and white fur, unique to each individual. Lean and long-legged, they are built for endurance, not for short bursts of speed. Their large, rounded ears act like satellite dishes, capturing the faintest sounds and also serve to dissipate body heat during a long chase. But their true power, their most formidable weapon, lies not in their individual attributes, but in their unity. The pack is a superorganism, a synchronized force guided by a profound sense of instinct and purpose. They live and hunt as one. Before a hunt, they engage in an elaborate greeting ceremony, a ritual of squeaks, chirps, and body language that reinforces social bonds and coordinates their strategy. Unlike lions that rely on power or cheetahs on explosive speed, wild dogs rely on relentless teamwork and military-like precision. Their hunts are not ambushes, they are sophisticated, tactical pursuits. As they set out on their silent march, they are the embodiment of cooperation, a living testament to the idea that together, they are far greater than the sum of their parts. The pack spots a herd of impala. They do not charge blindly. The hunt begins with a calculated stalk, using their acute senses to close the distance without being detected. They get remarkably close before the prey panics and bolts. And the chase begins. It is a storm of coordinated motion.
Yips.
The dogs fan out, with
positions.
the lead dog setting a blistering pace they can sustain for miles. Their stamina is legendary. They simply do not give up. They run with a fluid, energy-efficient gait, capable of reaching speeds of over 40 miles per hour. The pack communicates constantly during the chase with high-pitched calls, informing each other of the prey's movements. They work in relays. As the lead dog tires, another seamlessly takes its place, never allowing the prey a moment's rest. They use the terrain to their advantage, attempting to channel the fleeing impala towards another member of the pack waiting in reserve. The end comes swiftly. The impala, exhausted and overwhelmed, finally falters. The pack closes in and the kill is quick and efficient. Their success rate is staggering, often between 60 to 90%, making them far more successful than most other African predators. Yet even amidst the blood and chaos of the kill, their incredible social order reigns. There is no squabbling or fighting over the carcass. The young pups are allowed to eat first, a behavior almost unheard of in the predator world. The weak and the injured are also given priority. For the wild dogs, the hunt is not about individual glory, but about the survival and well-being of the entire pack. After the hunt, the pack returns to its den, often a burrow dug by an aardvark. Beneath the earth, new life stirs, the future of the pack, a litter of vulnerable pups. The den is the heart of the wild dog's world, the sacred center of their community, and here their spirit of cooperation reaches its zenith. The pups are the collective responsibility of every member. The entire pack is devoted to their care and protection. When the hunters return, they regurgitate meat not only for the pups, but also for the mother and any other adults who stayed behind to act as guards. This profound act of sharing ensures that the pack's most precious assets, its next generation, are well fed and protected. This social structure is the key to their survival. In a world of larger, more powerful predators, the wild dogs have evolved a strategy based on selflessness and mutual support. An injured dog is not left behind. It is cared for and fed by its pack mates until it recovers. Their unity is so profound that the life of one truly is the life of all. They are a powerful example of how, in the unforgiving wilderness, the most successful strategy is not always aggression, but cooperation. They embody an ancient wisdom. The strength of the wolf is the pack, and the strength of the pack is the wolf. Narrator. As night drapes its velvet cloak over the delta, a profound silence descends, punctuated by the chirps of insects and the distant call of a hunting owl. The world drifts into a state of quiet grace. From the ancient crocodile, a guardian of both death and life, to the jeweled kingfisher, a symbol of resilient beauty. From the baboon, locked in its complex social drama, to the wild dog, a paragon of selfless unity. Every creature, large and small, becomes part of a single living rhythm. This is the eternal heartbeat of the Okavango, a place where the exquisite beauty of life and the stark brutality of survival exist not as opposites, but as inseparable parts of a magnificent whole. Watching these lives unfold, one can't help but see reflections of our own world, our own struggles and triumphs. What can we learn from this great oasis? From the crocodile, we learn the power of patience. In our fast-paced world, we often rush, we react, we burn our energy on trivialities. The crocodile teaches us to wait, to observe, to conserve our strength for the moments that truly matter. When have you found that waiting for the right opportunity, rather than forcing one, led to a better outcome? From the tiny kingfisher, we learn that success is not always about size or strength. It is about precision, courage, and mastering your unique skills. It reminds us that even when we feel small in a big world, we can make a significant impact by focusing on what we do best, with unwavering dedication. The baboons show us the complexities of society, their struggles for power, their alliances, their hierarchies. They are a raw, unfiltered look at the social dynamics that often play out in our own lives. They remind us that relationships are our greatest asset and our greatest challenge, and that true leadership is about more than just dominance. And from the wild dogs, we receive perhaps the most profound lesson of all, the incredible power of cooperation. They show us that our greatest strength lies not in our individual abilities, but in our capacity to work together, to support one another, and to put the good of the group above our own selfish desires. In a world that often feels divided, their unity is a powerful message of hope. The Okavango teaches us that life is a delicate balance. It's about being strong but also being tender. It's about competing but also cooperating. It's about embracing the fierce struggle but never losing sight of the beauty that surrounds us. It reminds us that we, too, are part of a grand, interconnected tapestry, and our actions, no matter how small, ripple outwards. As we leave this enchanted place, let's carry its spirit with us. Let's find the patience of the crocodile, the precision of the kingfisher, the social wisdom of the baboon, and the selfless unity of the wild dog in our own lives. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the Okavango Delta. I hope this exploration has not only fascinated you, but has also given you a moment to reflect on your own place in the great, beautiful, and wild tapestry of life. If you found this journey as inspiring as I did, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support allows us to continue bringing you these stories from the most incredible corners of our planet. Click that subscribe button and join our pack. Until next time.